Hey guys, this is 236. Ruben here, and today I'm going to be doing a review of a comic book called Marvel Avengers Spider-Man. Yeah, it's actually just from the old comics and they just put it into here. Yeah, and it's a double flip magazine. It's actually a Fantastic Four, but I already did that video. That was my latest video, but then now this is going to be my latest video about Spider-Man. Yeah, and I hope I'm improving this one. Yep. See. Okay, so I'm going to tell you about this book before I start. This is a short information. Sorry for my brother for singing opera. Okay, this is about the Spider-Man becoming Spider-Man. That means Peter Parker becoming Spider-Man. Yep. How he became Spider-Man and all. Yep. And I'm going to show you the comic now. Okay, I'm coming. Okay. Here is the first page. This page is about all of the Peter's schoolmates calling him a nerd and all. Calling him a nerd. Yep. And a lot of them don't really like him. See if they're making fun of him. Yep. They're making fun of him. Okay. So here. So now Uncle Ben, who is Peter's uncle, who is congratulating Peter for doing well in his studies again. He normally does well in all his studies. And then now both of them said we are very proud of it. Yeah. And then now Uncle Ben gives him, now Aunt May, I think, gives him a jacket. But then he says it's fine. Yeah. So when the teachers had meet down, all the teachers at Midtown High School liked Peter because he does very good projects and he's always doing well in his examinations. And see, this is what happened. Yep, they were playing volleyball. I think volleyball. Yeah. Until Peter Parker hits Liz, who is this girl right here. Yeah. So after that he went and said a date with Liz is probably out of the question now. Yep. And then they're talking about their party in the night and saying how relieved they are for not inviting Peter Parker to their party. They said he'll probably break all of their furniture. Okay. On the next page. Okay, so this is the best part. This is when they were all at their learning journey, and only Peter is one of them who went. Yep. This is the part when he's going to become Spider-Man. Yep. And then now there's a scientist who is now explaining everything to all of the visitors of the science center, or whatever you call it. Yep. And here is the radioactive spider. We played a bit Spider-Man, I think. And then Peter was just listening right here until BAM! He got bitten by the radioactive spider. Yep. Then it was pretty painful and he started to have a headache. So he ran back home. And after that, the parents, his uncle and auntie were wondering why he came back so early today. And he said it's nothing, I probably have a headache or something. Yeah. So he goes up and rests. And then now he has a very high fever. Because you can tell it because Aunt May says he's burning up. Okay. And they're pretty sad about him. Then when he wakes up in the morning, he feels way better than yesterday. Well, and this time when he hugs his Aunt May, she gets squashed. So she thinks he became way better, but actually it's him becoming stronger because of the radioactive bite. Yep. And then Today he's going for the study hall for the first period because he's lucky because he didn't do any of his homework last night. And then now he wasn't paying attention and the car almost hit him down. And the guy in the car said, "Watch where you're going, you dumb kid." And then now when he took cover, he went and climbed up the wall, which looked pretty scary for him. And he said, "That's weird." Then this part's pretty funny. After that, the boy says, "There's a man calling up that building." Then the mom said, "No more comic books for you, son." Definitely not normal. So when he reached up here, he knows that he can do a lot of stuff now. As you see right here, now he's just learning he's just discovering his powers. Yep. And here he's putting his power to the test. And then now he wants to go to school and show all of his friends that he's very strong and he can defeat Flash. He wants to beat up Flash, yeah. He's been thinking all about himself. And perfect. He wants to earn money because it's to stay 3 minutes in the ring with some wrestler, and the winner can get $500. So, but they never take the kid seriously, so he'll need a disguise. Right here, he's coming in. You know. Yep. And then, yep. Spiderman is just making fun of him now, making fun of the wrestler. Yep. And he thinks he's just a squirt, the wrestler. So here's all the action, and Spiderman defeats the wrestler. Yeah, and he stays in the ring for more than 3 minutes. So he defeats the wrestler because the wrestler was so scared of him. So he said, "Enough." Yep, and this guy behind him said, "Amazing." Yep. And then after that, this guy is saying, "You don't even look like a human. It's like you're not even a human," he said. Then Spiderman said, "Oh, I'm human, alright," when he's actually not a bit of a human. And then now the guy wants to give Spiderman something for a talent thing, like a talent show. Yep. Then later he wants him to sign a lot of paperwork. The man wants Spiderman to sign a lot of paperwork. Yeah, but then he said, "Maybe later, I'll call you." Yeah. And I heard he told the kid to get a real costume. Yeah. And after that, he said, "Look out, Midtown High. Peter Parker's about to hit the big time." Okay. Okay, so this is the part when Spider-Man was creating something. As you see. Yep. So you can see Uncle Ben wants him to do something for him, like a game of cards, play with him in a game of cards. So after that, Peter says he's just too busy. And after that, Uncle Ben says, "Oh, I understand, maybe later." So now he's thinking, yeah, later, unless I'm too busy teaching those football playing muscle heads how it feels to be the weakling, or maybe picking up this in my new Beamer. Yep. So he's thinking all about himself and trying to dress everybody in Midtown High and show how good he is. And here's the part when he's creating his own spider web thing. Yeah, as you know, if you only watch Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, which is the movie, the web just comes out of his hands, which is actually not according to the comic. Basically, yeah. That's in the new movie they're gonna make, right? I'm surely gonna watch the movie. It's gonna be following the comic pretty closely also. But even Sam Raimi's Spider-Man followed the comic book very closely, but I think the new movie might follow it a bit more closely. Yep. So he takes a while to master this web thing, and finally he masters it. And then now he calls himself the Spider-Man. And then now he's in the talent show right here, and he's showing off what he can do. Yep. And after that, Spider-Man went and took one of the guy's wigs and said, "Repeat after me, balls beautiful." And this is on the David Letterman show. Yeah, David Letterman is a very popular guy. And after that he said, "Ladies and gentlemen, Spider-Man, you saw it here first." And everybody said, "Unbelievable." Or I think it's just him saying it under his breath. And then right here, he's getting pretty popular, and everybody wants Spider-Man to help them with stuff. As you can see, everybody's asking their autograph. And then that was awesome on the David Letterman show. All of this, everything he's saying here, they're asking for help. Okay, and this is the part when he says, see my agent, folks, I've got places to be. Stop, thief. Hey, you in the costume, stop him, he's getting away. Yeah, see, this security guard wanted Spider-Man to stop this thief, he was running away, but Spider-Man just let him go. And after that, the thief says, "Thanks pal, I owe you one." And he's pretty happy with Spider-Man for helping him, which is not really good. And after that, this guy was saying, "Why didn't you stop him?" But after that, Spider-Man just replied, "That's your problem, boss. I mean, not boss." From now on, he said, "I'm looking out for number one." Okay, this was actually a pretty dangerous trick that Spider-Man did. I'll show you what happened here. See? So after that, he was wondering if anyone in Midtown High who caught his act today. So he went back home and he saw police surrounding his house, as you can see. And when he went to the house to ask Aunt May something, Sissy said the police first didn't want to allow him in, and after that he just ran in and asked Aunt May what happened. And Aunt May saying in a pretty sad tone that Uncle Ben's dead. Yeah, and he was very angry with who killed him. So he was asking the police who exactly killed Ben Parker, who's Spider-Man's uncle. Okay, don't worry, son. The perp's gonna get what he deserves. That's what one of the police says. Please, dear, come back inside. That's what that's what Aunt May said. And then they said the suspect has been spotted entering the house East River. Yeah, so Spider-Man knows where it is, but after that Aunt May says Peter no, because she thought that he is going to go after him, which he's actually doing, but she doesn't know if Peter is Spider-Man, of course. So here, he's going here to take revenge of the guy who killed Uncle Ben. Yep, so it's time for Spider-Man. So he is inside the building, the police said, and he's waiting for backup. Yeah, and I know the police said we're waiting for backup. And then he just says, just need to stay cool until the moon goes down, then it will be easy to slip away in the dark. That's what the burglar said. No, you're not going anywhere. What the? That's what Spider-Man said. You're not going anywhere. You look at his well, it's been quite a night for unpleasant surprises. And he fights him and all. Yep, he fights the thief. And here it is. All of the action right here. Yep. All of the action. Yep. And then when Peter catches him and he opens it, after that he realizes his face. And he was very angry because he let Uncle Ben die. Because this guy, we can see, was the guy from here. Was a guy from here who Spider-Man let him get away. See, this guy. Right here. So Spider-Man actually let this happen, which is pretty bad. So, alright, we are going in on my signal. That's what the police said. Captain, look. And after that they saw the thief wrapped up in spiderweb, which is done by Spider-Man. Next page. And then he said, it's all my fault. He could have prevented it and all. And he'll promise he'll never let any of this happen again. Anything like this. And he said, I promise. And so a solitary figure heads into the dark night, aware at last that in this world, with great power there must also come great responsibility. And that is what that's what Uncle Ben told Parker, I think. Yeah, that with great power comes great responsibility, which is true. Okay, so that's the end for this comic book. This comic book review, and I hope you enjoyed it. Yep, this is one of the first ever comic books. I think this is the first Spider-Man comic book. Yeah. So thank you for watching, and tomorrow I might have another video. So bye and stay tuned.